Okay guys, so today is a little bit of a different video. Today I'm working on my little 97 Ford Ranger that has a squeak. So I put a new belt on and the squeak was still there. The belt did not solve it. And then I replaced the idler pulley, and that one did kind of run crooked. It kind of wobbled around, the first one, so I returned that and got a different one. And now this one that's on there right now does run straight. I'll show you in a moment. But I think what the problem is my tensioner pulley down there. It seems to run crooked. And I'll fire it up here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And also why I don't think it's one of the pulleys itself, or like a bearing inside one of these pulleys, like the alternator or whatever. So I actually just did the water pump. It's a new water pump. I don't know if you can see that down there, but it's a new water pump because I put new heads on. They were cracked. So I just did the water pump because it was all messed up and old, rusty. So it's not, I knew it wasn't the water pump, it wasn't the alternator, or any of the bearings and the pulleys, because when I put like water on the belt or something, the squeak went away. So that's how I knew it was a pulley misalignment or whatever you want to call it. So I'll fire it up here and show you what I'm talking about. You can see that, but this one's running straight, this pulley. And the idler pulley's running straight. But you can kind of see the tensioner pulley wobbling around. And if we grab some water real fast, the squeak goes away and then comes back. So I don't know if you can see that, but the tensioner pulley was kind of wobbling around, or not the pulley itself, but the belt was going kind of moving side to side. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take out the tensioner whole setup and see how she looks like. I am pretty sure it's bent though, because I actually replaced the pulley itself, and that did not fix the problem, and that was a week or two ago. But still squeaking like crazy, so I'm gonna take off the whole tensioner setup and get a new tensioner and see if that solves the problem. First, you're gonna start off with a 15mm wrench. Put on the tensioner and take off the belt. Just kind of put it off to the side like that. So there's the bolt. I don't know if you can see it, but that's the one we're gonna need to take off. Take off the tensioner. So take your 8mm. That's the size of the bolt. And wiggle it on in there. And then it should come off reasonably easy. This one did. And just take it off. It's a pretty long bolt, so you'll be here for a little bit, unless you have a little angle air torque wrench thingy. Okay, so there we go. And there, is the tensioner. Okay, so I went to the auto parts store and I got 2 pulleys. The reason is because, so I got my year tensioner. This is what it looked like. So it has like this little indent thingy, and that's different from mine. It kind of has like goes in a little bit, and then there's like a little flange almost that the bolt and the washer go onto. And this one, as you can see, is kind of whatever you want to call that. And yeah, so, and then I decided to get the year before, and this tensioner says it's for a 96. And as you can see, it has the little indent thing like this one does, the original, but it came with this bolt, and that's the one it says it's supposed to fit. But as you can see, if you look at my original bolt, it's a lot smaller. And it's not, yeah, it's just different. It's a lot fatter. I don't know if you can see that. I had a little, so I just got both of them to see which one would work best. And I don't think I'm gonna use the 97, which says it's for my 97 Ranger. I'm gonna use the 96 tensioner because it looks more original. And as you can see, it has that little pin I was talking about that it's broken on this one. This one has no pin. And it did come with a pulley, and I think this is like 60 bucks. So, and I'll show you something that you'll have to do. And about the bolt, since the bolt is way too big for that, instead of like tapping it or something, the original bolt will work, but as you can see, it just kind of fits right down in there perfectly. See, it just drops right in there. And then just take the original bolt that came with, or that with the original tensioner, and whoop, there it went. And then also, don't forget, it has this little O-ring that's supposed to go on the back of the bolt. And then we'll get ready to install. Okay, so got my bolt in, got my little O-ring in there, and gonna put her back in. Just make sure you put the extra washer in there for support, and the O-ring if you're using the original bolt with the 96 tensioner. So make sure when you're putting it in, you have the little tab in the hole, or whatever you want to call it, the little spike pop out. Make sure everything's good before you crank it down. Make sure it's in the hole. Not crazy hard, but just like nice and kind of snug. Usually it kind of starts to make this little noise. And that's good. Okay. To get the belt on, I like to put on the tensioner loop on first, and in case you didn't know, there's a nice little diagram right here that tells you. So I like to get on that part first because I usually take off and I have no AC, so I don't have that. Just go straight. So first I'll get the little loop on, and then get the power steering pump on, and then last idler pulley. Make sure everything's all good. You're gonna need your 15 mil, or actually, excuse me, I think for the new pulley bolt, you're gonna need a 16 mil. Instead of a 15, yep. Okay. Push down on the wrench. Once you get the belt around power steering, tensioner, then last thing I do is get it around the idler pulley, just like so, and looks pretty good. Let's start her up. And no more squeak. And no more squeak. That pulley's running straight now. First I tried using some belt conditioner, but that didn't really work. And I made the belt like super sticky. It got all over the pulleys and stuff. That just didn't work. And it only lasted like a mile. Says it lasts 3,000. No. Mine lasted about like a mile, and then it just came back. So instead of just keep putting belt conditioner on, you could locate the squeak. In this case, it was the tensioner pulley. I think when I had the old idler pulley on, that did do a little bit of squeaking too. So I got a new one, and it's all quiet now. And I'm waiting on a nice Gates belt. This one's a Feel Pro or something, can't remember. But that's it for the squeak. But next video, I don't know if you could hear when the truck's running, but there's exhaust leaks. Actually, when I did the heads, I did the bolts and did new gaskets right on the headers to the heads right there. But right down there, it's leaking there. And then over on the other side, down there, right there, like right there. So, if you want to see a video on that, just let me know, because I'm going to do that soon. Because it needs to pass smog, because the light's on, and the code's emissions or something like that. And also, another big project I need to do, differential gasket. It's leaking. That one's gonna be a big job. I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of leaking. You can see it from the back more, but it is leaking. It was dry when I put new fluid in it. I was hoping it was like leaking from top of the motor oil or something. If you want to see that, then just let me know. Alright guys, thanks for watching my little truck video on my 97 Ranger. If you have any questions, just let me know. Alright.